Hey y'all, football season is back and it's time to make all my favorite tailgating recipes. Let's go in the kitchen. Now, my very first recipe for this tailgating spread is fried deviled eggs. Basically, you have your hard-boiled eggs that you are going to cut in half. Take the yolks out as normal, put them in a separate bowl. We are going to be deep frying these egg whites and they're crispy, crunchy, and so delicious. I am setting them off to the side on a deviled egg plate while I mix up my filling, which is a pretty traditional deviled egg filling. So we have spicy brown mustard, apple cider vinegar, 3 dashes of hot sauce, half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and a pinch of black pepper. I'm going to chop up this dill, and then it is not deviled eggs without my favorite Duke's mayonnaise. So we're using 2 tablespoons of Duke's mayonnaise. And then I am taking a fork to mash up all of these ingredients. You could also use a potato masher, but everyone has a fork on hand, so that is definitely the easiest method. You're just looking for your egg yolks to be really kind of smooth. You can transfer your filling into a piping bag. If you don't have a piping bag, you can also use a Ziploc bag. My filling is in the bag, off to the side. I can clean up and reset so we can start frying these eggs. I am going to crack my 2 eggs into this bowl and give them a really good whisk with a fork. Okay, so we have panko. I also have some grated Parmesan cheese. I love putting Parmesan cheese in with panko when I'm frying anything. It gives it a really salty flavor, and also somehow the melted cheese and the crispy cheese, it does something that I just can't explain that is just so, so delicious. I'm also gonna put in about 1/4 teaspoon of salt and another pinch of black pepper, and then a pinch, just a pinch of cayenne. Before I start frying, I'm going to crank my oil heat up higher. I have had it on low off to the side, and that really just helps save time. The last thing I want to do is get all of my eggs fried, and I'm still waiting on my oil temperature to heat up. Now it is time to fry these deviled eggs. So I am just coating my eggs in this flour. So the other hand I'm going to use to maneuver my eggs in the eggs. It's so funny to say. Make sure that everywhere that flour touched, the egg also touches. And then we're going to transfer it to the panko and get my other hand that was used for the dry ingredients. I'm going to drop my eggs into the hot oil, and then once they are out of the hot oil, I will have another plate lined with a paper towel to set them down. So very carefully, in we go. I'm doing these in 2 batches, about 6 eggs or 6 half eggs at a time. They don't take any time at all, probably about a minute total in the hot oil. And I'm just keeping them moving around so we get some even browning. Look at these. I'm letting these cool slightly before I fill them with my egg filling. They will stay crispy, crunchy, and so I'm just gonna let them cool for about 5 to 10 minutes before I put this egg filling in there. Otherwise, it'll kind of melt and not be very pretty or appetizing. My deviled eggs are cooling, so my next recipe that I'm gonna get started on is a baked spinach and artichoke dip, which is classic Southern and I think a staple for any tailgate in the South. Like any good spinach and artichoke dip, we start with a base of cream cheese and mayonnaise, 16 ounces of cream cheese, and a full cup of Duke's mayonnaise. I'm convinced that if a dip does not consist of cream cheese and mayonnaise, or cream cheese and sour cream and mayonnaise, the 3 holy trinity, it's not a good dip. We're going in with a 10-ounce container of frozen spinach, some chopped artichoke hearts, shredded mozzarella cheese, grated Parmesan cheese, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, one of my personal favorite, and a half teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to mix all of this together with a rubber spatula. Now that this dip is fully mixed up, I'm going to spray my baking dish just to prevent any sticking and transfer this into this baking dish. Do you know what I love about spinach artichoke dip? You can eat it hot or you can eat it cold. Honestly, I really love it cold, but I also really love it hot. So I would love to know in the comments if you are a team hot spinach artichoke dip person or cold, or both. So I have some panko breadcrumbs, melted butter, and I'm gonna top this dip with these panko breadcrumbs. All right, now we're gonna pop it in the oven. My spinach artichoke dip is ready to come out of the oven. Look at that, the panko is golden brown. And the very last step for my tailgate spread is to pipe my very cool deviled eggs with the filling. And this is super self-explanatory. I am going to take my piping bag, fill each one, garnish it with some dill and some paprika to make it really, really pretty, and then we can take everything outside. After you top your eggs with your paprika, you can garnish each one with a little bit more fresh dill. Every egg has a piece of dill. These are so pretty. People are gonna love them at the tailgate. Let's go get it set up. Deviled eggs are the perfect finishing touch to this tailgate. I hope y'all like this video to inspire your next tailgating spread. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all the social media things. If you're watching on YouTube, click the bell so you never miss an episode of Hey Y'all. I will see y'all next week. In the meantime, go team, happy tailgating.